So I've had a lot of people ask me to watch a bunch of like old footage as far as PS4 stuff goes, and I've got like one thing to say to you, right? I am a traitor. I'm a legit traitor now. It's there. It's the pro, baby. We're going all the way in. You told me to get one. I'm not playing around. If you invest in me as a person, I invest back in you as an audience, and so on and so forth, and we'll have fun with it. Today, we're looking at The Last of Us Part 2 inside the gameplay. And again, to all the people that are like, yo, you clearly watched this. Why would I do that? That ruins the fun. Right here, loaded up. Thank you very much to my man on Twitter that sent it over to me just to be like, hey, you gonna cover this? I'm like, psh, I got you, bro.
Under here.
What the gameplay needs to do is immerse you in the world.
I love
give
that
you
word.
as many interesting actions to survive in this world and overcome obstacles. And obstacles could be infected, it could be other people, it could just be the environment, it could be rushing water, anything that could happen in this post-apocalyptic world.
Are you clean? Yeah.
But more than anything, it needs to put you in Ellie's shoes, that you're experiencing what Ellie's experiencing, making you feel what she feels. Because the more we do that, the more the emotional beats of the story work for us, and the more they work for us in this very unique way that only works in video games.
I like what he's saying right there already. This is a guy that knows what he's talking about. Unlike me, I'm just a guy that says things. This guy has thought a lot about what they want to do to make sure that you are in the right spot when you're playing the game. And that's the sort of attitude that I'm loving when I'm watching some of these things. A lot of the time you just feel like someone's reading off of a script. You can tell when someone has a passion behind what they're saying. That guy loves what his job is, and he loves doing what he's doing.
The gameplay philosophy of The Last of Us Part 2 is putting you in the shoes of Ellie and everything that means. It means giving you a threat constantly, as this world has. It means giving you the hard choices.
Because this game takes place in such a hostile universe and our characters are pushed to do really difficult things, we want to put you in alignment with those choices. We want you to understand how hard certain decisions were for these characters, because they're hard for you.
Ooh. I know that like, I love the fact that they're throwing around, you know, we want to put you in the shoes. Let's put you in the mind for a second. What would that do to you? Like, having to just silently stab a motherfucker straight in the neck. Like, that's traumatic right there.
I would say the overarching philosophy of how we approached designing the game mechanically is how can we take things to the next level.
Good. That's how you should be thinking. Ooh, headshot, baby.
Everything kind of comes out of the story.
Look out for the dog. Look out for the dog.
And how do we do it through systems?
I like everything they're saying right here.
One is you have to feel the pressure of survival. Survive by the skin of my teeth. How do I use all the scrap around me? Any kind of bullet, any kind of rag, any kind of bottle of alcohol. How do we give you that sense of being a survivor in this world?
Yes, I love that. And you know what, right? In recent times, we've seen just a massive increase where, like, 2 games, survival just means giving you a bunch of stat bars that you got to sort of keep ticking over, like, all of the time, like, you know? And that doesn't always create the best sense of survival. It just sort of feels like you're just playing a game where you got to check boxes all the time. Uh-oh, time to eat. Like, life isn't always like that, you know? Sometimes you're so caught up in the moment that you just keep going and you run on complete fumes, like, you know, in the tank. So that is a great approach. Like, that is a great way to think about it. I really like what this dude with the ponytail is saying, man. Keep it moving, Ellie. Ooh, what was that thing?
Ellie is very small compared to Joel and more nimble.
Did he say Joel? That's my name. Where's Joel?
How do we make you feel like you're not the strongest person in the room, but you still should be able to rise to the challenge and
Fuck,
survive?
man. She just got so dashed.
Fight with a
Run!
bunch of people that are all bigger than you.
Get out of there.
So therefore it meant creating a character and systems and mechanics that allow you to be much more nimble. And that's where we added a jump button.
Right, so that's a new
And
feature.
first you had a
apparently.
clamor button, but not really jumping.
Nice.
Here, Ellie can jump.
Nice
The
effect on
combat
the
scenarios are
snow
much
there
more
as
vertical,
well.
Where Ellie can use elevation to her advantage.
Prone is a huge.
And that's really going to help you, isn't it? That's going to give you that feeling of creeping around, looking for a different way to approach a situation, which again is going to tie into that feeling of survival. I'm loving everything I'm seeing at the moment, man. It's crazy.
Huge one. Prone, obviously, it means to lay flat on the ground. Something so simple, again, something that in real life you'd be able to do. Letting the player have access to all their weapons, all the items, crafting, everything while in that position.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Creates so many more emergent things in gameplay.
See, I already want to get down low just looking at this gameplay. For, like, I don't know about you, but I said it before, like, I'm the kind of person that tries to see, like, you see this upcoming corner, I'm trying to see around it. I'm trying to keep low so I don't get seen when I'm playing the game. Like, immersive's the word right here, and this looks very immersive.
Now that we have this other state that the player could be in, which are very low to the ground, how else can we use this other than just hiding in vegetation? We're like, well, there's a lot of man-made things or different structures that have collapsed that allow just enough space for you to crawl under, and which means that now, as enemies are looking for you, you can crawl under things and hide, and it's just one more way to assess your environment and use it to Ellie's advantage. Now, because you can hide under things, we made them smarter and gave them the ability to look under things. So
No.
hide somewhere and be safe for a while. Eventually, they're going to start looking under stuff, and if you're hiding under a truck and they spot you, they're going to yank you out and then try to kill you.
Right, so reference point for me about that, and yo, she just got dragged straight out of there, but reference point for me about that quickly is, you know, in the COD mission, everyone loved that mission, you're in Chernobyl, you got to stay low and stuff, like, that was very much, they didn't have the awareness too much, like, if you just crawled out of place, like, you got seen, you know, but they didn't know that you was underneath the, all of that kind of stuff, which they wouldn't, but I love the way that they're thinking about where we're at with gaming and AI and everything now, that it's like, look, you can try and use these advantages, but you might get caught out. And what I really like about this is they've basically given you not only the elevation to go high, but also how you can play low, which is another sense of depth and another sense of realism within the game. Like, that's how you would be looking at a situation in survival. So this is all music to my ears. I can't wait to play the first one, man. Yeah, get the fuck over. Man, should have went for the headshot.
Dodging is a big
quick.
one, because now with dodge, anytime you're in a scuffle, you have a chance to get away. You have a chance to counterattack. It lets escape be an option as well.
Yeah. Is that a
That
hammer?
is another part of this world.
That's a
which
hammer.
Is sometimes the threat is so overpowering.
Keep
that you
moving,
just
keep
have to
moving.
get away.
When you are partially hidden, or you're in grass,
This looks
that means
great.
people from afar can't see you, but people from closer can kind of see you. They will eventually acquire you. You're not completely hidden when you're in grass.
She went into the grass.
Yeah.
Watch yourself.
You watch
And
yourself.
it makes you as a player become much more aware of your surroundings.
Jump, prone, dodge, all these things feed into both exploration and combat. Because
Exactly.
It lets us expand the space. The size of spaces can be bigger, the intricacy of spaces can be more complex, and it still works exactly as you would expect.
I like the way
So
these
when it
guys
came
think.
to our level design, we really wanted to challenge ourselves to make a world that really felt like a real space as much as we possibly could, and didn't feel like a series of combat encounters and exploration spaces and then combat encounters that felt like a hall of horrors or something, but something that really felt like a space that you could explore that seemed like a legitimate urban environment.
You play so much
And that
games.
pushed us to make our
You play so much games that never move past like the original, like, you know, people look back on Halo with such nostalgia and so on and so forth, but that was very much like a default sort of Doom, even going back further and all that kind of stuff. Fair enough, they were shooters, but like, you know, a lot of games never really got out of feeling, even if they're massive, like, and they feel like they could be massive, never got out of the feeling of being just basically running through a different corridor scenario each single time. And it didn't matter if you were out in a massive jungle, like, you know, in Halo 3 or something, you were still so limited to where you could actually go. And that's something that I felt has been dragged through gaming so often still. Like, it's so limited in what you can actually do. Everything they're saying is just perfect for me right now.
level design, even more open than it was in the first game, which for us at the time was pretty open. In this game, we've gone so far in making the level design open, that there are actually entire story moments, entire combat encounters, like full scripted sequences that you may completely miss. And there are things
Just
that
like
we feel
life.
like, even though a portion of our player base may never see these things, the fact that when you do encounter them, you feel like you discovered them, it lends them this charm and this magic that I think is unique to games, that, you know, this happened to me because of what I did and what the place I explored too.
Yes, that was one of the best things about, like, when Red Dead came out. It really got people talking about, oh, did you go to around there and that happened? I love that sort of discussion. Like, that was something that we could all get in on at that point in time and stuff. But look, honestly, these people just seem so passionate about gaming, and it's just great to see. Like, they want to enjoy this game when they play it back,
Crafting is very
you know?
much about a payoff to exploration, meaning that when you enter new spaces, you want to look around for supplies. You want to open drawers and cabinets and look for different things that will allow you to craft either items that can help you heal, items that can help you attack multiple enemies at once, such as the Molotov or the landmine that Ellie can craft. Items that can help augment your weapons, like a silencer for her pistol, or craft new kinds of ammo.
It also gives us tons of interesting gameplay choices and overlaps that you can do in any moment and on the fly. We try to be a game that wants you to make a lot of different decisions in combat as possible. And the way that we've expanded the recipe roster and all of the recipes and how they interact with each other is carefully chosen for the different ingredients, and making sure that you always have these interesting decisions to make.
Can you imagine the smell of that?
We put a much stronger emphasis on the importance of the choices you make in the long term for your character.
It'd be useful.
Through the weapon upgrade system, through the player upgrade system, there aren't enough resources in a single playthrough to fully upgrade your character. The choices that you make, you're going to have to live with, and we wanted to make sure that all of the choices that you made had a really noticeable and tangible effect on the way that you play.
Well, of course. That just makes sense.
You feel a greater kinship with Ellie because you are living with decisions that you've already made. Like, you are continuing this through line of her journey through this world, and the moment-to-moment gameplay is influenced by that in a way that we haven't before. The realization that your choices have these long-term consequences is very much like the nature of the narrative of the game.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that the mechanics are supporting that.
That just looks amazing. Like, I don't know how else to put it. I'm really looking forward to getting into the first one and then getting straight into this. Like, it seems like we're in the perfect point in time to just do a double whammy. So hey, that's completely awesome to me. And like I said, everything that these people are talking about, this is really what's selling me. This is the reason why I'm sat here with this motherfucking, like, literally, right? Because passion is such an important part of how you sell a product. If you believe in your product truly, that can be seen. What I'm seeing across the board from all of these developers is a passion. And with that passion will come a good game. That's honestly what I believe. That doesn't mean that I'm counting out like Xbox forever or anything like that. It just means, like, at this point in time, Sony and the people they've decided to hold on to their franchises and stuff are speaking my language, and I can't put it any simpler than that. Let me know your thoughts on this gameplay footage, obviously, but more importantly right now, let me know what games I should be playing on my brand new PS4. Can we call me a fanboy now? Can we change the title? Let's get rid of the whole Traitor. Now, I kind of like the Traitor stuff because it riles up all the Xcocks and they get really mad in the comments and they're all like, oh my god, I can't believe anyone would sit and listen to this guy. But I'm going to comment about it. I'm going to waste, like, you know, however long writing a paragraph to comment about it. Like, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. They're losing their little minds. Like, one day they're going to leave their house. Their hair will be exactly like mine because I will have triggered them so hard that their hair will have transformed. It's incredible. Anyway, peace.